Hello and welcome to the parent information for Phonics and Early Reading, which will begin at Lightcliffe Primary School from September 2022.
This information will be split into three parts. So part 1 will explain how we teach phonics, part 2 is information on how we teach reading, and part 3 will be about how you can support at home.
So, phonics is the approach that all schools use for early reading and writing, and it helps children to hear, identify and use different sounds that distinguish one word from another in the English language.
Here's some facts about the English language. So did you know that the English language has 26 letters and 44 sounds, but there are over 100 ways to spell these sounds? This is why it's so difficult for children to learn to read.
So, why did we choose Little Wandle? Last year, the DFE released some guidance hoping that all schools would choose to use a validated scheme to teach phonics. After lots of research, lots of discussion, we decided that Little Wandle was the best scheme for our school. It provides excellent training for all staff to ensure consistency through school. It provides phonics and reading in lots of detail through a systematic approach. It's got engaging resources which don't distract the children from their learning but are still lots of fun. And it's a comprehensive system for identifying and supporting children that need extra help. And also, the most important part for you is there's lots of useful support for parents.
When will we teach phonics? So we'll have daily sessions in reception, year 1, and we'll have daily sessions for as long as necessary in year 2. In addition to that, we'll have same-day keep-up sessions where they are needed in reception year 1 and year 2. And we'll also provide daily catch-up for children in Key Stage 2 until they're secure at Phase 5.
So how do we teach phonics? From week 2 in reception, children will be having daily phonics lessons until they are secure at Phase 5. That might be year 1, it might be year 2, it could be year 5. It'll be different for all children. They will have repeated practice of sounds and tricky words. Every day they will have previously taught sounds revisited at the start of every single session, so lots of embedding of those sounds. We follow a specific order of teaching, and this is done so that the children can always read words and always feel like they are getting somewhere with their reading. The most important part is the pronunciation of sounds. Now we will put a link on further on in the PowerPoint to help you with this, because we know this is not how most of us were taught to read and write, and it is very tricky.
Now, there's lots of terminology used when we teach phonics, so here are some of the things that you might hear your children talking about at home. So phonics is the teaching of reading by developing an awareness of the sounds in words and the corresponding letters used to represent those sounds. A phoneme is the sound that you would hear, and a grapheme is how that sound is written down. You might have more than one way of spelling a phoneme, so for example, the sound A can be spelt differently in the words way, make, fail, great, sleigh and lady. Blending is putting together the sounds in the words in order to read it. So for example, ch, ip, chip. And segmenting is like the opposite. That's breaking the word down into sounds so that they can spell them. So for example, frog, f, og. A digraph is 2 letters that make one sound. So in the word chip, ch makes the ch sound. And a trigraph is 3 letters that make one sound. So in the word night, igh make the I sound.
On the Little Wandle website, there's some fantastic videos for parents to watch to help support their children at home. There are also some videos to show you how we will be teaching phonics at school. This could also be useful for when you're supporting your children at home.
At Lightcliffe Primary School, we all love reading. We believe that learning to read should be a positive experience. We want children to read for pleasure and to be lifelong readers. We believe that reading underpins children's access to the curriculum, and it has a huge impact on their achievement.
What reading will look like in school from September 2022? All children will read daily in their phonics sessions from the second week of reception. Once children are securely blending, they will start their reading sessions in school. They will read 1 book a week. This book is matched from their half-termly assessments. They will read 3 times a week at school in group reading sessions. The first session will be decoding, the second session is prosody, and the third session will be comprehension.
From September, reading at home will look very different to how it has worked previously at Lightcliffe Primary School. So once children are securely blending, they'll bring a reading practice book home. They will only bring one book home a week, and that book will be matched from their half-termly assessment. After reading it 3 times at school, children will be 95% fluent with this book, and they'll bring it home to celebrate what they've learned in school and to impress you with their reading. It's worth noting that it might sound like this book is too easy for your child, but please trust us when we say it's exactly right for your child. Reading at home will be fun and will be celebratory rather than trying to help your child to read the book. In addition to their reading practice book, children will also bring home one sharing book per week. This book will be chosen by the child and it will be a book to be read together. It's likely that your child will not be able to read this book independently, so there might be some examples of you reading to the child or you sharing and enjoying the pictures together. The things that you do when you're reading the sharing book can have a really big impact on the child's reading and their confidence. So things like talking about the pictures, making the voices, that will really help your child to have a love of reading.
What will we do to ensure that your child makes the best progress they can in reading? We will ensure that 3 reading practice sessions take place a week. We will assess your child every half term, and we will ensure that the books are at the correct phonics stage for your child. We will enjoy reading stories to the children daily in class. We will put keep-up sessions in place for the children that need it. We will ensure that daily phonics continues for your child until they are secure at phase 5. And we will send home 1 practice book and 1 sharing book weekly. How can you support your child make the best progress they can in reading? You can listen to your child read their practice book. Please don't worry that it might sound too easy. It is not. It's at the level that your child needs to develop their fluency and confidence in reading. It's a celebration time. Very importantly, we need the books to be returned to school on the day specified by the year group. We only have a certain number of books and we need them back in school ready for the next group to enjoy. Please take time to enjoy your child's sharing book. This is a really special time to share with your child. Make reading fun. Discuss the pictures, enjoy the story, predict what might happen, use different voices, enjoy the time. And also enjoy sharing as many books as you can. Visit the library, use books you've got at home, read online. Books, books, books.
Here are some answers to the questions that you may have about the changes we are making in school. So is the scheme validated by the Department of Education? Yes, it is. Will all children's needs be met? Yes, they will. Will children with additional needs be included? Yes, they will. And we actually believe this will provide more support for the children with additional needs because we'll be able to track more carefully what they need at each time. Will this replace the current school reading scheme? No, it won't. Children will move on to the banded scheme once they are secure to the end of phase 5. So the book band colours that some of you might be used to, once they're secure to the end of phase 5, they'll join our reading scheme starting on white. How do I know that my child's book is at the correct level for them? So we'll assess every single child half-termly and the books will be matched exactly to where they are at that time. Please note that it is a change to how things have been previously and we just ask that you trust the process. There's a lot of research that's gone into this scheme and we really believe it's going to provide progress for all.
We are very aware that this has been a lot of information to take on board, so if you have any questions, please feel free to email us on the email addresses provided. We are really looking forward to starting this and we look forward to your support. Thank you.